rings true when you look at his life, and that's that whatever Ben put his mind to, he masters.
And they went right back to what they were normally doing, which was petty crimes, if you will, compared to what they had done.
After the cleanup was complete, they actually had another couple that they brought up to the condominium.
Her lover, the man that she lives with, this beautiful person, has been shot dead.
The Ocean City Police Department wasted no time printing out flyers and posting them all over this beach town.
Two people that they accosted the second time late in the week were able to get out of there with their lives. This is a very law-abiding county. We don't have this kind of thing.
The slaying case shocked the nation, a seemingly normal couple committing crimes that are even difficult to imagine. So who were Benjamin Sifrit, the Navy SEAL, and his wife Erica? And why did they commit these atrocities? Let's find out. The fatal duo meet. Raised in Minnesota, Benjamin was a poor student in high school, but after enlisting in the Navy, he seemed to find his calling in life. He finished first in his elite SEALs training course in 1997. 2 years later, he married Erica Grace, then a student at Mary Washington College in Fredericksburg, Virginia. According to Benjamin's mother, Elizabeth, 47, her son changed after getting involved with Erica. Once close with the rest of his family, he stopped calling and visiting. The relationship also seemed to affect his Navy career. Sifrit became unruly and was court-martialed for a variety of offenses, including absence without leave and insubordination. One Navy prosecutor and Sifrit seemed to have developed an utter disregard for authority. Ultimately, he was drummed out of the service on a bad conduct discharge. Erica's parents, Mitch, 57, a successful contractor, and Cookie, 55, a former nurse of Hollidaysburg, say they were not overjoyed when she wed Sifrit. Throughout high school and college, Erica had been an outstanding student and athlete, graduating cum laude from Mary Washington and playing for 2 years on the women's basketball team there. What's more, she had always been known as a normal, level-headed person, but together, the two would be anything but. Both Erica and Benjamin, who had been running a scrapbook store since 2000, had other sides to their personalities. For one thing, Erica was obsessed with Hooters and had a collection of skimpy tank tops worn by the chain's waitresses. For another, she was prone to anxiety attacks, for which she took drugs such as Xanax and Paxil. The couple also kept numerous exotic snakes. Benjamin has a large swastika tattooed on his chest.
So she would push herself. Her father would push her. That rings true when you look at his life, and that's that whatever Ben put his mind to, he masters.
Them together, they explode.
They just bang, they hit it off. What she used to do was, she wouldn't go in for dinner unless she hit 10 free throws.
This is a very law-abiding county. We don't have this kind of thing here.
One feeds the other's ego, and as lovers, nonstop. Father even built Erica an indoor basketball court so she could practice anytime she wanted.
And they went right back to what they were normally doing, which was petty crimes, if you will, compared to what they had done.
So there was this relationship between dad and daughter that Erica was going to be somebody in sports when she got older.
Brutal crimes. The couple gained national attention in 2002 when they were charged with the brutal slaying of another couple they had met while vacationing in Ocean City, Maryland. The couple, Joshua Ford and Martha Crutchley, had been enjoying a night out when they encountered the Sifrits at a local bar. The two couples hit it off and continued to drink heavily throughout the night. Eventually, they ended up back at the Sifrits' luxury waterfront condominium. However, things quickly turned violent. The Sifrits tied up Ford and Crutchley, tortured them, and ultimately slaughtered them. The details of the slayings were gruesome. According to court records, the Sifrits tied up the victims with extension cords and belts. They repeatedly beat them with a baseball bat and knifed them with a blade. They then dispersed the bodies and disposed of them in trash bags that they tossed into a dumpster. The Sifrits' crimes shocked their community and the nation. The couple had a history of violence and drug use, which only added to the shock and horror of the slayings. As the trial progressed, it was revealed that the Sifrits had previously been involved in several other violent incidents. In one instance, Ben attacked a man with a knife in a parking lot after the man refused to hand over his car keys. In another, Erica had threatened a neighbor with a gun during an argument.
And maybe drugs?
Yes.
Joshua Ford offered to pay their bus fee because they didn't have the right change.
We got some weed, we'll have a couple of drinks, we'll get to know each other.
And they said, well, we'll buy you a drink at Secrets, where they were all going.
Start to have a party at Secrets. They say, you know what? Why don't you come up to the condo with us?
I think they got together as two couples that met, had sort of hit it off.
It just turned into a disaster.
Benjamin was the stick of dynamite and Erica was the match.
Police catch on. police officers responded to a silent alarm late at night at a Hooters restaurant in Ocean City, coming upon the duo packing their Jeep Cherokee with armloads of merchandise, baseball hats, golf shirts, and a stack of Follow Me to Hooters license plate holders. Except it turned out that the couple had 3 handguns, and when Erica started having a panic attack and police searched her purse for her anxiety medication, they found something even more unsettling: the IDs of 2 vacationers who had recently been reported missing in the area, plus some spent shell casings. As police began to question the couple, they soon saw links between the Siffrits and the slayings of Joshua Ford and his girlfriend Martha Crutchley, who had last been seen 6 days before. What's more, Benjamin, a former Navy SEAL, and Erica, who comes from a wealthy Pennsylvania family, allegedly committed the crime not for financial gain or passion, but for their sheer excitement of doing it. The lead detective on the case gave the following statement: "It was about the thrill and the success of not getting caught. Everything about it was a game." The night the Siffrits were apprehended on May 31, 2002, police went back to the couple's penthouse condo in the resort of Ocean City. Investigators were hoping they would find Ford and Crutchley, who had themselves been staying at a nearby condo. Eventually, they uncovered traces of blood in the bathroom and some plastic garbage bags. Ford, a mortgage broker, and Crutchley, an insurance executive, had been living together for a year in Fairfax. They were using the weekend in Ocean City to kick back for a few days.
The knife she used to dismember these people is tucked in her pocket. It still has flesh and blood.
2 people that they accosted the second time late in the week were able to get out of there with their lives.
Now she wants these victims of murder that she perpetrated to be part of her. It's one of the most horrific crimes I've ever seen, and I've seen everything.
They were certain they had gotten away with it. They were certain they got away with murder.
As police later reconstructed it, Ford and Crutchley were on a local bus heading to the Secrets nightclub on the evening of May 25th, when they encountered the Siffrits, who didn't have exact change for the fare. Ford graciously offered to pay for their tickets, and the 2 couples soon ended up at the club together, drinking until late that night. In initial statements to police, Erica described what allegedly happened next. She said that an incident had taken place in the condo and that Ford and Crutchley had taken refuge in the bathroom, but that Benjamin had kicked in the door and shot both of them. He had then dismembered the bodies, which the couple threw in a dumpster in nearby Rehoboth Beach, Dell. As for the supposed motive, Erica spoke cryptically about Ford and Crutchley's having tried to steal her purse containing her grandmother's $10,000 ring.
After the cleanup was complete, they actually had another couple that they brought up to the condominium.
The maniacal couple takes a break to smile for a selfie only hours after the slaughter.
It wasn't like for them to just vanish.
What do they do next? They go out and they play miniature golf.
Not only was it out of character, as I remember, she had never missed a day of work in 20 some odd years.
The Ocean City Police Department wasted no time printing out flyers and posting them all over this beach town.
That reference and the enormity of what had happened became clearer 2 weeks later, when through a tip, police located a Delaware clothing store owner named Melissa Selig. At Benjamin's trial, Selling, 22, testified that she and a male friend had met up with the Siffrits in Ocean City 3 days after the slayings, and had also been invited up to the couple's penthouse. There, Erica had suddenly announced that her purse and the ring were missing. The deadly game had begun. Selling said she had felt a rising sense of alarm, especially after Benjamin pulled out a gun, put his face right up to hers, and said how very, very important it was that I find this purse. Apprehensive, Selling intensified her search, but when Benjamin soon found the purse tucked behind a cushion where she had already looked, she realized that the whole exercise had been nothing but a bizarre mind game. Detective Bernal was convinced that Ford, who was a strapping 6'2" and a black belt in karate, and Crutchley were subjected to the same ritual but weren't sufficiently submissive. The families of both Benjamin and Erica tried to portray them as unlikely candidates to commit such a crime, but the evidence was slowly becoming irrefutable.
He had no choice. They had to dismember these bodies to get them out of there.
Really, Erica and Ben at this point have gone out of their minds. They're locked in this game.
They were literally dismembering these people inside that penthouse condo.
Her lover, the man that she lives with, this beautiful person, has been shot dead.
Have 2 dead bodies. You can't throw them over your shoulder and take the elevator down to the parking lot.
Trial and sentencing. Erica portrayed her husband as a racist, a bigot, and a control freak who was mentally and physically harming her. According to the court documents, the only compliment she ever received was that she was a cool wife for going to strip clubs with. The only gift Benjamin Siffrit ever bought her was a .357 handgun that she claims she never fired. There's even a disturbing account of a test Benjamin Siffrit gave his wife to see how far she would go for him. She recalled after being married for a year that he wanted her to become pregnant. Court documents indicate that she carried his baby for nearly 4 months. Then out of the blue, Erica Siffert claimed her husband changed his mind and ordered her to get an abortion or I'm going to dig it out of you, Collins reported. After she terminated the pregnancy, Benjamin Siffert then told her, "I never wanted a kid. I just wanted to see how far you would go for me." Erica Siffert told investigators that they thought of themselves as Bonnie and Clyde. She detailed numerous burglaries and how she sold the stolen merchandise on eBay. On the other hand, at his trial, Benjamin tried to put almost all the blame on Erica. He maintained that he was sleeping in the car when the slayings took place, and that upon seeing the horrific scene, he only agreed to help cover up the crime. He said in his testimony, "I dismembered them. That was my idea." In the end, his strategy worked, up to a point. In a verdict that police and the victims' families found astonishing, Benjamin was convicted in second-degree slayings and Jenny Crutchley's demise, but acquitted of all charges involving Ford. Despite what she claimed against him, in the case of Erica, the jury deliberated for just over 4 hours before pronouncing her guilty of first-degree slayings in the shooting of mortgage banker Ford and second-degree slaying in the demise of his girlfriend Crutchley. Erica Siffert not only admitted how she cut Crutchley in 2 places, but recreated the actions, not knowing if Crutchley was still alive at the time. Erica, gaunt and curly-haired, allegedly wept frequently during the week-long trial, but displayed little emotion as the verdict was read. After the verdict, Prosecutor Todd accused Erica Siffert's attorneys of spitefully refusing to allow a ring belonging to Joshua Ford to be returned to his family. Todd said Siffert stole the ring after Ford's demise and wore it on a chain around her neck as a trophy. They truly had no remorse for their actions. The court papers indicate that the Sifferts went back to the bar where they socialized with their victims to buy a tank top as another reminder of the slayings. Benjamin Siffert is serving a 38-year sentence on his second-degree slaying conviction. Erica Siffert is serving a life sentence plus 20 years after a first-degree slaying conviction. That's all for today, folks. See you next time.